Good day, I am Catherine Gatasi and this is my demo teaching for Science 8. Good morning class, kindly pick up the pieces of paper under your chair and make sure that your chair is well organized.
Yes, ma'am.
Kelly, can I request you to lead the prayer for today?
Bow our head and let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for your goodness and faithfulness, O God. We're praying, Lord, that give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding, O God. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. Is there anyone absent in this class?
No, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Let's clap our hands for So our topic yesterday about physics is about scalars and vectors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in order for us to check if you still remember our lesson, I want you to put all the terms here in the right column. Okay? I want volunteer.
Isa, ma'am. For scholars. Am I right, teacher?
Good class, you still recall all our class lessons for the other day. So, you know, you can make it more interesting because it's related to our current topic for today. Alright, okay, I have here anticipation guide chart. All you need to do, if you are agree in the statement, raise the happy face. But if you disagree in the statement, raise the sad face, okay? Number 1, an object at rest will remain moving unless acted upon by an external force. Okay, I see that you have different answers. The same answers. Okay, number 2, force is directly proportional to mass and acceleration. Okay, number 3, for every action, there is only one equal reaction. Okay, class, thank you for your participation. I can see that you have different answers and different questions. So anyway, we will go back to this after the lessons to check if your answers are correct or not. So, okay, class. So today, our lesson is all about Newton's law of motion. So, I have prepared a Newton's Olympic for you guys. Are you all excited? Yes, if you are excited, can you read the instruction for the Newton's Olympic for today?
Group yourselves into 5 groups. The grouping shall be based on the counting from 1 to 5. Each group will be assigned to each station. The groups will have rotations in each situation every 5 minutes. The students should be able to accomplish each task and answer the guide questions.
Okay, class, we have 3 stations for today's activity. So, count yourself from 1 to 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, group 1 and 5 will be in station 1. Group 2 will be in group 2 and 4 will be in station 2. And group 3 will be in station 3. Okay, now arrange yourself. But before that, I will only give 5 minutes in each station. So if the timer's up, you have to switch stations, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, alright. But before we go to the station, can you please prepare all the materials? There are materials guided here. This is the station 1, this is the station 2, and this is the station 3. Once you have all the materials, read the procedure and also answer the guide questions. Okay, I have timer. Let's do the timer. Okay, class, time's up. Go back to your proper seats and later we will go to discuss your answers. Okay, how was the activity, class?
It was tiring, ma'am, but it was so good. I had so much
Okay,
fun.
thank you guys. Thank you class for your participation. So anyway, can I call on the leaders of each group to be here and report your answer for station 1? You're the reporter for station 1 today.
This is the report for Station 1 guide questions. What strategy did you use to successfully stop the paper cups? I pulled the index card as much as I can, as fast as I can. What happened when you pulled or pushed the index card? The cap easily gets stuck one on top of another. Number 3, based on the activity, define the law of inertia. The law of inertia, an object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. That's all.
Station 2 guide questions. Number 1. When the ruler was bent backward, constant force, which moves faster? The crumpled paper the stone. Why? The crumpled paper because it has less mass than the stone. Number 2.
Balik ka.
When you vary the force you applied in the crumpled paper, what happens to it? The greater the force you applied to the crumpled, the greater the paper distance it traveled. Number 3. Explain the relationship between acceleration and the object mass in the applied force. The magnitude of the acceleration is directly proportional to the net force applied and inversely proportional to the mass of the object.
Here's the station 3 guide question. Number 1. What happened when you pull the two spring balances away from the other? The answer is the spring will also move. Okay, number 2 question. Do you think that the two spring balance experience the same force? Why? No, they have the same magnitude of force but different in direction.
Okay, class, thank you for your answers. I think most of you got the correct answers. So, based on performing the task at station 1, what have you observed?
As I pull the cord fast, the cap easily gets stuck one on top of another.
A very good observation, Kelly. So from that, can you now state the first law of motion?
An object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force.
Exactly. That's what you call the law of inertia. In the next station, what have you observed?
The crumpled paper moves faster than the stone by doing the same action on it.
Very good observation, Ken. So from your answer, can you explain the relationship between acceleration, the mass of the object, and the applied force?
The magnitude of the acceleration is directly proportional to the net force applied and inversely.
Very good. That is what you call the second law of motion, the law of acceleration. From the last station, what have you observed?
When the first spring balance was pulled, the same reading was obtained with the second spring balance.
Precisely. So from your answer, can you now define the law of interaction, the law of interaction?
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Very good, class. You really have understood, and now you can all state the 3 laws of Newton's law of motion. Class, have you ever wondered if you can see Newton's law of motion in our daily life? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, if you say yes, can you now give me a real-life example of law of inertia?
Example, when you're riding in a car and it suddenly comes to a stop, you tend to lunge forward. This happens because of inertia. Your body wants to keep moving in its original state of motion, and when the car stops, your body continues to move forward until another force, such as seat belt, stops it.
Okay, very good for the good example. How about law of acceleration?
When you kick a soccer ball, the harder you kick it, the faster it accelerates and travels. According to Newton's second law, the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the force applied to it and inversely proportional to its mass. So by exerting a greater force on the ball or kicking it harder, you increase its acceleration.
Okay, and lastly, how about law of interaction?
If you inflate a balloon and release it without tying the end, the air rushes out in one direction and the balloon moves in the opposite direction. This is due to Newton's third law, which states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The air rushing out of the balloon creates a force pushing it in one direction. And as a result, the balloon moves in the opposite direction.
Wow, very good class. You have a real life application of what we have taught in this lesson. So to assess if you really understood our lesson for today, I will give you a short quiz. So can you prepare 1/4 sheet of paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, number 1. For 5 minutes only ha. Okay, next. Ako yung ha. Tapos tayo na lang. Okay, class. To check if you got the right questions, I have here the answer key. Okay, who got 10/10? How about 8/10? Okay, that's good. That's alright. Okay, class. For our assignment, I want you to create an infographic that values the safety precautions of Newton's law of motion in driving. You can, I think you know how to make infographic, right? So I will send the criteria in our group chats. So keep updated. So I will send it maybe tomorrow night. Okay?
Yes,
Thank you, class, for
ma'am.
participating our class for today.
Thank
Let's
you.
clap our hands.
Thank you.
Yay!